Hello, what's up? Welcome to my channel. This is Everyday Introvert. We're here pulling cards for reading on a collective love reading. So this is a general reading as far as love is concerned. And as always, just take what resonates, and anything that doesn't, just leave it behind. It's not something you need to add to. I'm just doing some shuffling of some of the decks here I'm going to use to clarify the cards that come up. We're going to start with a Divine Energy Oracle card just to see, the thread of the conversation here with the cards as far as love is concerned. And this is a timeless message. So whenever you come across this video, this is the message you're meant to hear. So we have say no. Okay, so before you go any further, no isn't always a bad thing, right? Depends on the question and how it's asked. Do you mind if I continue with the reading? No, right? So it really depends on what the question is. So to me, this is really being clear on what you want moving forward in your relationship. Okay, so let's just put that one aside so I keep track of that. And now let's pull, I'm going to pull three main cards here, and we're just going to build from that. We're going to pull some extra cards to see what comes up. So top three, 1, 2, 3. All right, so we have the Ace of Cups, we have the Page of Pentacles, and we have the Five of Wands. All right, so for the Page of Pentacle, or the Page of, see this one, it's Ace. Yes, the Ace of Cups. So this is saying that, I love that the fact that it's cups, because that is all about emotions and intuition. And it's also the beginning of a journey. So whether or not you have been in a committed relationship or whether you are searching for a new one, this is the beginning of a new way of doing things. Okay. So let's just see what the other cards are, and the rest will just kind of unpack as we go. We have the Page of Pentacles as well, which is really about having that enthusiasm, that newness. Maybe this has to do with, I don't know, maybe saying no. Was there maybe a bit of an argument about, having to share the expenses on something, or maybe it's a new topic of conversation in up-leveling your relationship, where you really have to consider what doesn't feel right to you. Don't be afraid to say no if something just doesn't feel right yet. It's all about communication and keeping the lines of communication open, always in relationships, right? And then we have the Five of Wands. So yes, there might be some conflict and some inner competition, but I really feel that you might be in the stage of your relationship where you're just, either you just started and you're just getting to know each other, or you are up leveling to another part of your relationship. You've been together a little while, maybe there's some milestones that you've gone through, and things are always changing. They have the honeymoon phase, as far as just hanging out and getting to know each other and really feeling in love. And then things kind of plateau a little bit as far as the excitement level. Often, I'm not saying, it's written in stone, it has to be that way. But I feel that maybe this has to do with some conflict too, like, things are starting to change. I don't know if this is what I'm looking for anymore or not. So let's just get some clarity on Ace of Cups, Page of Pentacles, and the Five of Wands. Okay, so Page of Cups, we have the Explorer of Cups, so Knight of Cups, which is great because to me, this is all about that, traditional romance. Like in the regular tarot, this would be, he would be really focused on the traditional way of wooing you, or I say he, but whatever is going on in your relationship. So, Explorer of Cups, and sorry, it's not very clear. I want to get some sharpness. There we go. So, it really feels that some of the past relationships you've had have been very similar. And it feels like this one, or the one that's potentially coming up, I think it depends on your situation. It really feels like this is different than anything you've done before. So it's a bit daunting because you're not really sure how to handle somebody like this. And I'm not saying you have to handle them, but you should always be yourself. But it feels like you're kind of uncomfortable. Maybe you want to hide a little bit of yourself to start, just because you think it might be too much for the other person. And then and I'm coming back to this, say no. It's like, well, say no to that. Say, just be who you are now. The more comfortable you are just being yourself, even if the person in your life now isn't the right person, and this might, turn them off or make them walk away, then so be it. You want to be in a relationship where you feel happy and supported, and you would obviously want the same for your partner, right? And then we have, so the Page of Pentacles, our clarifier is the Seven of Wands. So yeah, I'm bringing that back up again because you've learned a lot in the past and in your past relationships. You've tried to be everything for everyone else. And now it's about time you've worked hard at being you. So don't try and change yourself for somebody else. You have to get used to other people just as they have to get used to you. And that's just the way it's going to be. And you have to be okay with that. Five of Wands, we have the Guardian of Pentacles. So Guardian is Queen energy. So Queen of Pentacles. So this to me is speaking of just honor who you are and how you act. And don't worry about it creating a bit of conflict and competition, because this is how you make your relationships grow. Okay. So in these cards, I'm seeing that they're all holding these wands up in the air, and they're all kind of struggling and competing with each other. And in this one here, it feels like those wands are actually trees. So if you just plant things where they are and let them grow, instead of always trying to, rifle, get the energy all up in the air, I think it's probably best if you just allowed things to happen the way they're meant to happen and be okay with it and just honor who you are. That's what I really feel this whole reading is about, is honoring who you are. So I'm going to pull one more card from that first deck again and just see how we can round up this reading. Well, we have the Knight of Wands. So I think it's talking about just being yourself in your love relationship, or if you're searching for a love relationship, start with just being yourself. That way it's not overwhelming to try and keep up with how did I behave before, and all of the exhausting energy you can put aside, and you can just conserve your energy and focus on how you want to live your life with your relationship, how you want to stand up for yourself when you need to, how do you want to be understanding and communicative to the other person, so that you can have that beautiful, fiery relationship that's there when you need it. And then just remember, something doesn't resonate, just say no. Okay. Super general reading. Let me know what you think, and I will see you next time.